And it zoomed in. It's been like a long time since I recorded a video, like just sitting down on the floor. It's like a little throwback. And I kind of didn't think I was gonna really record a video, to be honest, but I don't know. I've been trying out different camera angles. That's why sometimes I would sit on the bed, and the other times I would just like be downstairs. But I figured I'd go back with a more traditional, because I feel like this is kind of like more personal. Like I wanted to give the impression that you were sitting across from me and we were just having a conversation, which I thought about doing a video like that anyway. But I don't really want to do that with my parents on, because they'll be downstairs with the only table we got. I mean, I guess I could do it in my living room. But this whole video started not the way I was expecting it to start. But I just uploaded a video yesterday night because I did a little video on YouTube, on Snapchat, and I wanted to kind of like do a follow-up video, not really following up from the video per se, so you don't necessarily have to watch it to watch this video, but it would be nice if you would. I'll put it in it'll be in the right hand corner. I don't want to point right here, and then since the video is inverted, it'll just be over here. We'll see. But the thing I wanted to talk about, because I mentioned, and it was like probably like halfway through that video, I was talking about how since I'm not really I don't want to say ruled by emotion, but since I'm not really acting on my how do I want to say this? Since I'm not yeah, I really should have tried this again. But since I'm not emotional anymore, I want to say I'm not really like, yeah, I'm not emotional anymore. It's a better way I'm trying to describe it, but I can't think of what I want to say. But basically, I've been at a point where I'm just like I care a lot less about things, and I'm not really attached as much as I used to be towards things. And I rule that towards emotions, because usually it's probably more so attachment because of emotions that I would have. Because when I was younger, I would get attached to people because of different emotions I would feel for them. And normally I would do things because of those emotions. So when I stopped having those emotions, which has been something that's happened a lot more frequently over the past couple years. Is this Facebook? Yep, my auntie, as usual. But it's been the past couple, like the last 2 years, I've been like, I would get attached to somebody, and then I would do like these different things to try and gain favor with them, and then I stopped liking them. Well, I stopped being attached to them, and then it's just like, why did I do this? And I don't want to do this anymore. So I was saying in the Snapchat video that it's good that I'm no longer getting attached to people, because I'm not doing things solely because I feel an emotion at the time. And that's how I know that I'm really genuine in my actions now, because I'm still a very caring person. It's just not so much because I have a specific feeling towards you, which is usually, I always thought I liked somebody, and I usually didn't, or I liked them at the time, or I liked a specific thing about them, and I just kind of use that as a mask for them. So it's like, I like, that they're nice, but I take that, I liken that to the whole being of the person. It's like, so I like them or something. I don't know what my young mind had going on. I say young mind like I wasn't, like it didn't stop till like last 2 months. Well, I mean, I didn't really have anybody to get attached to in the past couple months, but thinking about it, it's just like, I started doing it. Sorry. I know I'm just very fidgety, My legs itch. I got like a little, you know, the little thing in between the nails. I forgot cuticle. I got one of them. That's been bothering me. Very fidgety. But yeah, basically the whole advice that I'm trying to give in this video is to not act solely based on your emotions. And I know this is something that people kind of grow up to kind of understand. I feel like it's more so towards like when it comes to anger, because a lot of people always tell don't act out on anger and stuff like that. But it doesn't just have to be anger. I feel like, because anger can be negative, but it also can be positive. But when you feel like feelings of like, or what you feel is love, can be also harmful. So I feel like you really have to get an understanding of how you feel about people in order to know how you should handle them. Like for me now, I don't have any attachments towards people. So if I feel like I want to act a certain way, it's because I know that this is how I should approach the relationship that I have with said person, instead of my mind thinking, oh, because I want to gain favor with them, I should do this and this for them, and they probably like me more. Because it's too many times that I've done that, and like nobody that I've done things for out of emotion is in my life at the moment. And that's even from people from like 2-3 months ago. I don't even talk to them anymore. And it's funny because there's plenty of cases where I've done this. I remember I was in school. I think I was like middle school, and I used to do this girl's homework because she was cute. I'm so stupid. Like I don't even like I still find people. I still find women attractive. Of course, that's never gonna stop. Shoot, I find them more attractive now because I look at like a lot of women a lot. But I understand that like I don't really be as attracted to them as I usually am. Like, if I see somebody that's pretty or they got a nice butt or something, like I'm a look. But I don't really, it's kind of different now than it was before. Cause I guess the way I was looking at things was always like maybe a potential something. I don't know. Like if I look at a woman long enough and we make eye contact, that could be a potential thing that could happen. And now it's just like, no, it's not. Stop being stupid. But yeah, it was this girl. She was cute and she had me do a homework because I was smart. And then one day I was like, I'm not gonna do your homework no more, because like, what am I getting out of this? Like, it's funny because I had so many moments where I would do stupid things and then I'd be like, nigga, why are you doing this? And then still do it later for somebody else. I just don't understand. But yeah, so she got upset and I was like, and like, you cute, that's it, what am I getting out of this? And that was like one of the first times I understood, and I'm also kind of sweating because it's kind of hot, but that was one of the first times I understood that you're only as useful to people as the benefits they can get from you. That's not with everybody, obviously, but that is with, like, people who start off the relationship using you are most likely going to try to use you throughout the relationship. But that was one of the first times I've done that, and I kind of understood what it meant. Then there's been like other times, and like I've talked about this one girl that I was trying to talk to. Now that situation, it was because of emotion, but it was like I was more in control of my actions. Like it was fueled by emotion, but it wasn't solely fueled by how I felt about her. But it was because of how I felt about her, if that makes sense. It wasn't like I was doing it solely to gain favor with her. It's just I did it because I wanted to, which is how I do everything now. It's like I want to do it, and I know I want to do it because there's nothing compelling me to feel like I should do it just because. So, and a big example. Now this is more kind of anger related, but also kind of like a feelings of love. My last relationship that I was in, there was a lot of things I did because of emotions I felt at the time. Instead of like accurately thinking about it, cause like I was talking to my brother one day, and he was telling me about the one of the girls that he talked to, and he was like, she would try to she would say things just to try and see how he would react. She basically wanted him to get mad, and he wouldn't get mad because she would tell him that she did something. He was like, okay, and she would be like, you're not mad? It's like, why? It already happened. And it's like that. If I had that mindset when I was younger, a lot of things would have been so much smoother. I mean, we probably still wouldn't be together, but things would be a lot more smoother, and I wouldn't have gone through. Man, junior year was terrible for me. Like a lot happened during that time, and a lot could have been avoided if I just didn't get as angry as I did. Because I had anger issues at some point in my life. Or just growing up, I was just very angry, and then when you get attached to someone and you feel like there's love there, it's way easier to get emotional and irritated when it comes to certain things. So that is a big example for me to not overreact. And with the last girl I tried to talk to, I kind of got more, instead of being angry, I got more sad thinking about, because it's like I wanted to talk to her, but we weren't dating. And it's like I had the understanding that I didn't have any control over her life. Granted, I don't have any control over any woman's life, regardless of our situation. But it's just like I really know that I can't even say anything because we're not dating. And it's like I don't even really know if you like me or not. And she would tell me, that I don't have nothing to worry about. And she does like me. It was just like a situation where we were just trying to build, and then she ghosted on me. So that was another example. I'm just like, at this point, I'm just so used to like so many people just like leaving out of my life, and that's why I don't really get attached, because I'm like, oh, you're just gonna leave eventually, and even if you don't, still not gonna get attached. Like, another thing that I kind of deal with when it comes to emotions is why I say you shouldn't be so fueled by emotions. Is like a lot through, it's mostly been my high school life, because I don't know what happened. I just started getting wise in high school. I had bad relationships, but it's not like I was just the relationship guru, but somehow high school is one of the like, is a time where I just started getting smart about a lot of things, because now I have this good sense to kind of know what actions will lead to certain things when it comes to other people's life. Me, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I can tell somebody else what's probably gonna happen. And I used to do that because I used to talk to girls. I would give them advice about their relationships, and pretty much every girl that I talked to had the same type of relationship process. They would start talking to me because we were friends, and they start having problems with their boyfriend or a person that they're talking to. And I'd be trying to tell them, like, look, if they really like you, they'll show you and all this stuff. And if this happened, then there's probably a problem. And if you feel it's a problem, you should say something about it. And if they don't change, then obviously you don't need to be with them. But it's this constant back and forth. They would fight. They get over it. Everything seems like it'll be fine. They break up. It's like, oh, baby. It's like, okay, so move on. And then they get back together, and it's like, okay, what? I get over it, and then it's like, somehow I end up being the bad guy, and then we just stop talking for whatever reason, and then I see them later on, and they're with somebody else, or they're happy being out of the situation. It's like, I know I was right. So I just stopped telling people what I think if they ask for advice. It's like, oh, really? I don't know what could happen. Shoot, go for it. I try to kind of lead them to the right conclusion, or the conclusion that they feel is better for them. It's like a constant cycle. It's funny to me because it's always that situation. I'm always the one that is giving advice to people, and it's weird Because the more I think about it, I don't know how the heck I even got girlfriends, considering all the relationships with women I have are strictly friends. And since I stopped being stupid, it's strictly platonic. And I can tell even more so now when it's just platonic. Because you can just kind of tell. Well, I can just kind of tell. Like, I can look at my relationship with somebody and think, oh, we're good friends. And that's probably all it's going to be. It's like, I've never, like, since I had this vision, I've never looked at somebody. Well, no, that's a lie. Nobody I know. That's the funny thing to me. It's like all the girlfriends that I dated, only one of them I actually knew. Another one, my best friend was like, "Hey, she thinks she's cute. Y'all want to go out?" And I was like, "Sure, people like me." My other one, I knew her for like 2 weeks. We started dating, and then my last one, we were in class together. We talked like once or twice, and then she just started talking to me. And next thing I know, we're dating. But it's like once I start trying to get to know, well, actually, that's probably better for me, honestly. I started getting to know people, and I understand that the relationship isn't going to go past a certain point. It's like we can get close, but we're not going to get like dating. And I don't know how the heck I'm going to date anybody if once I get to know them, it's strictly friends. Like, I don't know how I would get past that, but I don't really like anybody, so it doesn't matter to me. But I was just thinking about that. My mom was like, you probably give off too much of a friend vibe. And I guess I do, because I always feel like, I'm the one that's looking out for people. And if they have problems, I'm always trying to help people. That's part of the reason why I started YouTube. I mean, I talk to, people that comment every now and then, but I don't really talk to them outside of whatever video content I post. So it's not like I'm just giving advice. And I feel like once I start getting more traction on my channel and more people start commenting and more people may ask for advice, or I could do like look up topics and stuff and then give my viewpoint. Like, I was thinking that I'll probably start reading the Bible again, because youth night that I would go to every now and then with my friends before they went to college, they said I gave my understanding of the things we talk about was pretty good. And my brother always said that he thinks I would be pretty good in church. I'm just not a very religious person. And really, it's more so because I don't really try to be. Like, I understand that obviously I can be. It's just I don't really try to indulge in certain things that I feel like will bring controversy. But now it's just like, who cares? Like, the way I look at something is probably gonna contrast with the way somebody else look at something, but at least I have to be able to get a better understanding of it to have a position. No position is not necessarily better than having a position. So I'm understanding that a bit. Plus, I think it would be good for me because I've never went wrong when it comes to talking to God or reading the Bible. It's just I kind of fell out of it since I fell out with my granddad. He used to be the reason why I started reading it in the first place. Since I fell out with him, I haven't really tried too much to get back into it. But going to youth night with them and us talking about it, I just feel a lot better. And I feel like that's part of why I started going about this change. And what's even funnier now I think about it is that I had talked to guy about this. I was like, I kind of got this feeling about certain things. So I want to ask you, how should I go about it? And like the next day, he's basically was like, nope, whatever you was thinking, don't do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was quick. And I haven't really talked to him since then, but I just still feel the influence, and I've definitely felt that more when we would talk about the different things we would talk about. So I feel like that's something, that I should get back into. So I feel like it would be very beneficial, but that's not necessarily going along with the topic, but it's definitely to what I talked about anyway. But yeah, that's just what I've been thinking. But how much did I talk about not acting on emotion? Because it's been like 20 minutes and I don't even remember. But basically, to sum it all up, emotions, it's good to have emotions, obviously. But I've learned it's also good not to have emotions when you use them the way that I have. Because I would always, shoot, I was that kid that took like anything as a possible sign to progress further in a relationship. I mean, I wasn't like bold enough to just take everything that I thought was a chance and run with it, which thank the Lord for that, because I would probably be in a worse situation. But, you know, I understand now that the things that I thought were not right and the emotions that I had didn't really do anything but make me more depressed, because you come to a realization that the worst thing about having certain emotions is when you come to the understanding that, you know, there's no benefit having them, because you feel a certain type of way for somebody, or you think you do, and then nothing comes about it, so you're only making yourself more depressed. For me, in my example, I'm only making myself more depressed. And then when I think about it, it's like, yeah, I kind of didn't really feel much anyway, so what was the whole point of going through that? And that was a continuing cycle until it's just like one day it just stopped. And that was pretty much it. And ever since then, I just looked at relationships the same way, because I've come to the understanding that there nothing, no strong emotions are really felt when it comes to me. Like from other people, I understand that people like me to a certain degree, but there's like really nobody that likes me enough. I feel in most cases, there's a couple of people that probably like me enough. Well, not probably, that like me enough to, if the circumstance, it's not the word that I'm trying to. If convenience, crap, I forgot the sentence. If it's convenient that we can hang out outside of whatever, well, I say whatever vicinity, but it's work, we can hang out outside of work, get along pretty well, and that's pretty much it. But like, I talk to nobody, what's surprising, I talk to one person every day. I talk to my sister every now and then. My brother likes to call me randomly, like once a month, and we just talk for hours, and that's pretty much our relationship, because we could just that cool where we can just talk like once a month and be straight forever. We don't even have to talk that once a month and we still be good. So he only talks to me when he has something going on, and I'll never have nothing going on, so ain't really nothing for me to just be telling people about. But it's like, I understand my relationship with my brother and my parents, but pretty much everybody else I'm still kind of figuring out. Because, like, I don't really keep in touch with my family too much. I don't really feel too attached to my family as much. So I don't really hang around them. Because, there's a lot of people I don't really keep in contact with. Shoot, it's better to say that there's rarely anybody I do keep in contact with. Which is how I'm coming to understand my relationship with people. Because it's not always about how they act when you're around. It's about how they act when you're not around, or when you're not around each other. And like, not many people check up on me. Like, it's been so often, like when I used to feel emotions, how I would just be like the most depressed and I would feel so lonely, and I would talk about it on Snapchat or on the internet, and like nobody cared. So it's like, that would be another reason to feel even more depressed. It's like, I'm depressed and nobody gives a crap about me. Now it's like, I don't care. Like, I'm not depressed because I don't feel anything, and I'm not lonely because I don't crave anybody's presence. There's nobody I feel like I would need to be around to make me feel better. So it's just like, I can't feel lonely if I don't want to be around people. So I just mostly stay to myself. Like when I'm at work, obviously I talk to people. I'm cool with pretty much everybody at work. But, I don't just go up and talk to people unless it's like I really feel like I can, you know. Mostly people come back to me to talk to me, which I mean, I understand. I kind of have that, I guess, that personality. It's funny. I get that from my dad, the pretty much being the person that everybody talks to. And for the most part, I have a very approachable personality, but it's also, I get the side of my mom where it's like I don't really want to talk to people, which is very often. And it's like when I don't want to talk to people, it's when people want to talk to me the most, and then I kind of adapt. But yeah, it's just my mind has changed since I haven't been focused on emotions, and it's a good thing because, like I said, it helps me look at my relationships in the light I should have been looking at them from the beginning. And I haven't seen any negative effects from this, other than I'm not really the most empathetic. But I think that's also a good thing because it's frustrating trying to tell somebody what to do. I mean, I know it's not my place, but it's like I know, or at least I have a good general idea of what will make you happy when it comes to advice. And I try to tell people that, and it will frustrate me when they just don't listen. And being frustrated, especially dealing with women who are already, you know, emotionally unstable at the time because of whatever situations they have going on, it's not a good thing to try and put pressure on them to make a decision about somebody they really care about just because you know that it's not going to get better with them, but they don't necessarily know that, or they feel like it's still something worth trying. So I just back away. It's like, okay, you know, you do you. I kind of already know where this is probably going to go, but I'm going to just let you do you. And, you know, and you can't toot your own horn either. You can't be like, oh, I told you so, because it's like you're just putting salt on the wound. So it's good for me that I'm not really as empathetic, because I would always get upset about people making decisions that me and you both know this isn't gonna work out for you, and you still do it. But it's like I've come to understand that, you know, we're all human. Not all of us have the ability to put our emotions aside and do what's best for us. For me, I've only met like one or two other people with my type of mindset. Like my manager, um, at my job, I've been talking to her, and her mindset is like a higher level of mine, so I can relate to when she's talking about things, because it's like, okay, I understand where you're going. You're just at a further level in life, and we're only like 2 years apart, so it's like, you know, you're further ahead, and I imagine that that's where I'm gonna be later on. And that's like the first time I met somebody that's like really that ahead, because it's rare to meet people with my type of mindset. Like me and my brother and my other brother, it's funny though. I say that, and then I thought of like four people, but it's like for her, she's like the first time I met somebody that's like really that advanced. Like me and my brother from middle school, me and him are on similar levels. We just have different experiences, so that shapes our different views on things. And then me and my brother from like this year and a cousin of one of my friends, we all have like the same experience and similar mindsets. It's kind of interesting, you know. I don't too often meet people with mindsets similar to mine. And like I said, with her, it's like the first time I've ever met somebody with a more advanced mind state than mine. But it's just like, you know, you got to understand that even though you're at this level, well, I have to understand that even though I'm at this level, it's hard to get people to be on the same level as you. You just kind of have to adapt. And that's something, because I'm so used to being by myself. Like I'm constantly going through my own head and figuring things out my way. So when I get people that come into my life is just weird because I have to adapt to other people that's not on the same mindset as me when I'm always used to my own mindset. And it can be frustrating, but it's like I have to understand that it's something I have to do. And it's, yeah. I don't know where I was going to go with that anyway. But I think that's it. That's pretty much, definitely not the video I imagined, but it's definitely the topic I wanted to talk about. And I hope through all of this 30 minutes of mess that you got something out of this video. I'm thinking I'll probably start uploading a little bit more often. I was looking back through my channel, and I used to post like a lot of game videos. I used to post so much more for myself, and I just felt like people didn't really enjoy like me playing games, even though like 3 of the game videos I posted got like a lot of views. Like my Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 video that I posted got 1.6k. That's like the highest view video I have. But my Dragon Ball Fighters got like 3 views, and 2 of them had to be me. So I don't know what's going on, but I've been thinking I'll probably start just uploading like more, because not all my videos have to be just me talking about different things. And that's usually why I don't really upload, because unless I have something that I really feel like I need to talk about, or unless I really want to just upload a video about my mind, the things I've been thinking about, I'm not going to upload a video. That's why I'll be gone for like 2 or 3 months, because I'm pretty much busy with work. And I don't really feel like nothing I have to say is worthy of spending time on making a video about. But now I've been trying to upload a little bit more on my different social media. Like if I do something on Snapchat, I'll post it on my Instagram and Facebook stories. Instagram I don't really post too much on, because Snapchat, it cut like half the picture out, and I don't really feel like uploading on there. Facebook, I only do the stories just so I can have something up. But I try to do more YouTube, so I'll probably start going back to playing more games. Since it's way easier to record on my PS4, since it comes directly from the TV screen, I just have to put my mic on for you guys to hear me. I'll probably play some games. I probably won't do no walkthroughs, because the the Walking Dead videos that I did, shoot, the Left 4 Dead videos even got some views, but the Walking Dead didn't. But anyway, I probably won't do like no walkthroughs, so it'll probably be like one-offs for games that I find interesting. I'll probably start doing that more, or just doing like random matches like I did with Injustice and Street Fighter. I'll probably just do like online or just random things, or if it's something interesting I might do a walkthrough. We'll see. Plus I don't really play my PS4 like that, so I gotta get back into the habit of playing it and be with my channel. I think my phone was just telling me that I can't record anymore, but it's still recording. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. You got the gist of it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else I should do. I'm out.